Welcome to Artful Insights, everyone, right here on the Iris Corner. And huge thanks to Iris for having us. Today, we're diving deep, you ready?
Oh, yeah.
Into surrealism.
Big one this year.
Huge.
Yeah.
I mean, it's turning 100 years old this year.
A whole century? Can you believe that?
I know, it's crazy. And I know everyone's thinking the same thing, like melting clocks, lobster phones.
Classics.
Right. But there's so much more to this movement than just those iconic images. What comes to mind for you, I'm curious, when you think of surrealism?
For me, it's not just about those kind of quirky, strange images. It's a whole way of seeing the world, a philosophy, almost like a way of life.
Yeah.
And, I think that's what makes it so fascinating, that spirit, that way of looking at things. It's still relevant today.
Totally. And to dig into that, we're looking at some articles all about this major surrealism exhibition happening right now.
Oh, the one in Paris.
Yeah. At the Centre Pompidou.
I've heard it's incredible.
It's supposed to be amazing. And it's kind of their last big hurrah before they close the renovations. So they're really going all out. Can you imagine walking into this massive space designed like a labyrinth?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mirroring, the surrealists' fascination with mazes and their view of Paris as this city full of hidden meanings and unexpected encounters.
Like a puzzle you have to solve.
Yeah, exactly.
That labyrinth idea is so key to understanding how the surrealists thought, right? Not afraid to get lost in the mind. The twists and turns of the unconscious, dreamscapes, challenging what we think is even real.
Absolutely. And speaking of challenging boundaries, the exhibition actually features the original manuscript of André Breton's Manifesto of Surrealism from 1924.
Wow.
I know. Talk about a historical artifact, right?
Seeing that in person, that would be something else.
Yeah. They even recreated Breton's voice using AI. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Bringing history to life like that.
Oh, that's so cool. That manifesto is like the bedrock of surrealism. Breton laying out the whole idea, tapping into the subconscious to access like a deeper reality beyond logic and reason.
Yeah, totally. It wasn't all just theory, though. The surrealists, they actually put their ideas into action. They formed this group, the Bureau of Surrealist Research, almost like a secret society dedicated to exploring the irrational and the subconscious.
Sounds intriguing.
Right. And get this. They would distribute these thought-provoking slogans on the streets of Paris. I don't know if you're just walking around seeing something like, "Life only demands to be known."
Oh, I love that.
What does that even mean?
Makes you think, doesn't it? Like they were trying to shake people up, get them to question everything they thought they knew about the world.
Right.
These early surrealists, they weren't just artists, they were like activists, using their art to provoke a reaction, challenging the status quo.
I love that. And you see that rebellious spirit in so much of surrealist art. You think about those dreamy, iconic pieces, L'Aurore by Paul Delvaux, Le Rêve by Dalí, or even La Sieste by Miro.
Oh, yeah.
Strange and beautiful scenes that really make you question what is real and what is imagined.
Exactly, and they weren't afraid to explore the darker side of the subconscious too, right? The anxieties, the desires that we usually try to keep hidden. They were interested in the power of dreams, that they could reveal hidden truths about ourselves and the world around us.
Totally. And, it's not just those big names like Dalí and Magritte. There were so many incredible women surrealists, too, who explored these themes in really powerful ways.
Yeah, so true.
They don't get enough credit, I think.
It's a chance to highlight these amazing artists, like Leonora Carrington, Remedios Varo, Dorothea Tanning, so many more.
Right.
Creating groundbreaking work. Challenging norms, exploring themes of identity, sexuality, the female experience, truly revolutionary for their time.
Absolutely.
Think about Dorothea Tanning's birthday. That eerie self-portrait where she encounters this creature with bird-like feet.
Right.
Exploring transformation, the power of the subconscious to reshape reality.
Yeah, and then you have Dora Maar's Le Simulateur, a photo montage that distorts the human form, blurring the lines between real and imagined.
Oh, and Eileen Agar's Angel of Anarchy, that incredible sculpture.
Right, a jumble of objects.
Yeah, embodying chaos, rebellion against societal norms. What do you think these women were trying to say through their art?
It feels like they were using symbolism.
Yeah.
That was both personal and political at the same time, exploring their own inner worlds but also commenting on the state of the world, challenging expectations, pushing those boundaries of what it meant to be a woman and an artist in a patriarchal society.
It's important to remember the context too, right? All this was happening during a time of huge social and political upheaval.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, the world was still recovering from World War I. There was this sense of disillusionment. People wanted radical change.
Yeah.
And the Surrealists, they were tapping into that energy, using art to challenge the establishment, to imagine a new world, free from all those constraints.
Like saying, hey, the old ways of thinking, they're not working anymore. We need to break free from the rational, the logical, embrace the irrational, the subconscious, the dreamlike.
Exactly. And this idea of breaking free, of challenging norms, it wasn't just in their art either.
Right.
Think about how the exhibition at the Pompidou is designed, like a labyrinth.
Oh, right, yeah.
It's a deliberate echo of how the Surrealists saw Paris itself, as this place full of hidden meanings and unexpected encounters, where the lines between reality and imagination could blur.
Like they were inviting us to explore the world with that childlike sense of wonder. To always be open to the unexpected.
Exactly. And it's in those moments, those unexpected moments, the disruptions. That's where we can find true inspiration, real insight.
It's like they were training their minds to see the world differently. To find meaning and beauty in the unconventional, the bizarre, the surreal. And that's what makes surrealism so relevant. Even today, right? In a world that's so dominated by technology.
Absolutely.
Information overload.
We
need that reminder to slow down, to pay attention, question what we see, to allow ourselves to be surprised.
To find the magic in the everyday.
Exactly.
Another thing that fascinates me is their obsession with mythology, especially the chimera, that creature composed of different animal parts.
Oh, yeah.
But it's not just the strangeness of it, it's what it represents. This idea of a fragmented self, the merging of different elements, breaking down boundaries between definitions.
So it's about more than just like weird creatures. It's about how our own identities are formed.
Exactly.
All these different influences and experiences that make us who we are.
We're all a bit of a chimera, aren't we?
Right. A little bit strange, maybe.
The Surrealists, they were fascinated by that idea, that we're not these fixed, stable beings. We're always evolving, transforming, becoming something new. And that process, that becoming, it can be both beautiful and unsettling at the same time.
And you see that in those recurring themes, like the forest is a symbol of the unconscious, nature is inspiration. They saw nature as this wild, untamed force, full of mystery and danger, but also beauty and creative potential.
It's like they were saying, look, there's this whole other world out there, beyond our rational minds, beyond the city. A world of dreams and myths, primal instincts, subconscious desires. And that world, it's just as real as the one we see with our eyes.
And they weren't afraid to explore that, those dark, shadowy places.
No, they embraced it.
Because they believe that's where true creativity lies.
Exactly.
That's where we can tap into something deeper, more primal, more authentic.
And it's important to remember, too, this wasn't just happening in Europe. Surrealism was a global phenomenon.
Right. It wasn't just a Parisian thing.
Artists in Latin America, Asia, Africa, they all contributed to its evolution.
So it was a global conversation, a dialogue about the power of imagination, the importance of challenging norms, and the potential of art to transform thinking, to inspire social change.
Absolutely. Which brings us to the present day. What echoes of surrealism do you see in our world now?
I think it's everywhere. If you really look for it, we see it in contemporary art, music, fashion, even in how we think about technology. The Surrealists were so fascinated by the subconscious. And today, we're dealing with how technology can tap into our deepest desires, our fears, blurring those lines between physical and digital worlds.
That's true.
In ways they probably couldn't even imagine.
It's almost like they predicted our current obsession with AI, virtual reality. That merging of consciousness with technology. They understood that technology, it can both liberate us and control us. And they were already asking questions about its impact, long before we had the tools to understand it all.
It's like they're sending us a message from the past, like be careful, be aware, be critical.
Yes. Don't let technology dictate your reality.
Exactly.
Use it as a tool to explore your own inner world, to connect with others, to challenge the status quo, to create something new, something meaningful.
And speaking of exploring, that exhibition at the Center Pompidou sounds like a journey through the heart of surrealism.
I wish we could just hop on a plane to Paris right now.
I know.
Experience it firsthand.
But even if we can't all get to Paris, we can still engage with surrealism.
Oh, absolutely.
There are so many books, articles, documentaries, and you can always visit local museums and galleries
Exactly.
to see surrealist works in person.
And I have a feeling after this deep dive, a lot of our listeners are going to want to learn more.
Oh, I think so too.
Surrealism, it just stays with you, you know?
It does.
It challenges you to think differently, to see the world with fresh eyes, and to embrace your imagination.
It really does. So as we wrap up this part of our deep dive, I want to leave our listeners with a little assignment.
Homework, I love it.
Go out there, explore the world of surrealism. See what resonates with you.
What speaks to you?
You might be surprised by what you discover.
This whole deep dive, it really was sparked by that exhibition, that last hurrah at the Pompidou.
Yeah.
But the journey, it doesn't have to end there, right? The world of surrealism, it's so vast.
Oh, it is.
There's always something new to uncover.
Right. There are so many amazing books, articles, documentaries out there. And of course, you can always visit your local museum or gallery
Oh, for sure.
to see those surrealist works up close and personal.
Absolutely. And for those who are ready to go even deeper,
Oh, yeah.
I'd highly recommend checking out Les Magiciens, Surrealisme et Alchimie au Féminin, Leonora Carrington, Isol Kokuhun, Remedios Varo.
Ooh.
It's a brand new book, actually published by the Pompidou, along with the exhibition.
Nice.
It focuses on 3 incredible women surrealists.
Well, cool.
A great reminder that even a century later, there are still new discoveries to be made, new perspectives to explore within this movement.
I love that.
So what stood out to you the most from our conversation today?
You know, honestly, what surprised me the most was just how relevant surrealism still feels today.
Yeah.
It's like these artists tapped into something timeless,
Yeah.
something that just speaks to the human experience no matter what era we're in.
I agree.
And the fact that it was such a global movement with so many strong female voices,
Yes,
that's really inspiring.
absolutely. The surrealists, they were ahead of their time in so many ways.
Hmm.
And their legacy, it continues to inspire artists, thinkers, even today.
Totally. So before we go, I want to encourage everyone to share their thoughts.
Yes.
Let us know what stood out to you, what surprised you, what inspired you.
We love hearing from you guys.
Leave a comment below.
And, of course, don't forget to subscribe to the Iris Corner.
Yes.
For more deep dives into art and other fascinating topics, we'll be back soon with another episode, so stay tuned.
Thanks again to Iris for giving us this platform
Yes, thank you, Iris.
to share our love of art with all of you.